Good morning, everybody. I'm Luke Sullivan with Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Frederick, Colorado. Right off Interstate 25, a little snowy, but you can still see us. You can't miss us. We've got a ton of inventory on the lot. Getting ready for spring. It doesn't look like it today, but trust me, we're getting there. It's March. Behind me today, really nice little runaround trailer. If you've got a big gooseneck, you're a trainer and you're hauling that for long hauls, you need something for around town. If you're looking to get into a gooseneck for that little bit nicer stability, a little bit more room in your tack room, also a really nice option. This is a 2-horse straight load Norstar by Cimarron. Straight load with escape doors on both sides and a front tack. So a lot of versatility with this trailer too. We'll talk about that when we get into the back. Really quick, gooseneck hitch by B&W. This has been their third iteration now, fully adjustable, even with our newer trucks going down the road with those taller bed heights. With this, we can get it adjusted so the trailer's riding level. And then Cimarron, all of our inventory units, we do a 53-inch drop from this gooseneck rail to the bottom of our frame rail. It used to be in the 47s to 50 range, 50 inches. So big improvement getting these gooseneck rails away from the beds of our trucks so that we can get that adjustment that we need, get our trailers riding level. So 2 5/16 inch ball for that. Big heavy duty safety chains. Please folks, even with your goosenecks, use your safety chains, and then breakaway cable over there on the side. Nice safety option, as necessary safety option. I like that it's coiled up like that, keeps things out of the bed of your truck, keeps things a little cleaner in the bed of your truck. Couple options that this trailer is equipped with. First and foremost is that electric over hydraulic jack. To run that electric over hydraulic jack, we do a 12-volt deep cycle battery service. The bonus with that battery service, it obviously runs the jack, but today we're not plugged in any kind of boxes or anything today, or a tow vehicle. We can run all of our interior floodlights, our interior lights in the horse and tack room, and the floodlights around the side of the trailer. So nice to have that. You get that battery box with a disconnect, and standard now on all of these deep cycle systems, we do a RedArc charge controller. Just really buys more health and keeps that battery charged and topped up. You're gonna trickle charge or charge off your tow vehicle whenever you're running down the road. And then full-size matching spare tucked up there a little bit out of direct line of sight behind the rear wheels or a tow vehicle, save face a little bit. If you want to add this into your tire rotation, buy a little bit more life out of all of your tires, you can absolutely do that. Or if the day comes you have a flat on your way to a big show, nice to have a nice matching spare on there if you need it. So let's get into the tack room. Goosenecks, obviously, one of the big upgrades if you're looking at 2-horse bumper pulls versus goosenecks. The gooseneck's going to afford you a lot more space in the tack room. So still do a big door here. You do have a brush box down here in the bottom. Really nice to have a couple things here as soon as you open up your door. And then you'll see included with this trailer is a couple feed bags that we can hang in front of both of our straight load horses. And then a fold up step, just a gas shock that holds that. We'll close it up when we get done in here. But no hardware, no pin, no latch or anything to get gummed up with road grime and get stuck over the years. It is simple as flipping it up and down, and that gas shock holds it open and or closed. So if I don't back into the saddle racks and the pad poles, walking into the tack room, you'll see right away that the gooseneck, this is that extra space you're gonna get out of these tack rooms. My wife spends some weekends up here on an air mattress. You've got a couple of windows to get some cross ventilation. We'll talk about Cimarron's insulated roof when we get in the horse area, but you can stay pretty comfortable inside these trailers. And then obviously in the storage too, if you've got a bunch of totes with blankets, we're starting to hear from a lot more customers that they're using their tack rooms in their trailers at their boarding facilities. So nice to be able to have that option as a bit of added storage. And then you'll see carpeted too. So keeps it a little bit cleaner up here if you are gonna use it for something like weekending or the like. You'll see just above that too, one nice way to kind of stay a little bit more organized, maybe get some more stuff out of your truck and keep your passengers comfortable. A nice little clothes rod, just as simple as that. Just a simple piece of aluminum spread across the roof line there. Get all your show coats, your shirts, your pants and stuff out of the bed of your truck, the back seat of your truck, excuse me, and get them hung up in here. Keep yourself a little bit more organized. Now, my back right now is to the driver's side wall, and what you can see here on this wall is we have one post with a track in it that really gives us infinite options about what we can hang here in terms of saddle racks or these blanket poles. If you want to add a couple saddle racks, we carry these in our parts department, the pad poles as well. So if you want to add or subtract, if you want to pull a couple of these off, if you'd like to stagger them, I would probably certainly bring these maybe up a little bit, make them a bit more accessible and not dragging on the ground. You have those options with this track. And again, just a couple little bolts and you can slide them right out the top, a couple little bolts to loosen up, and you can move them anywhere you want. You don't have to remove anything at all. You'll see our partition wall. We've got a window set in the center of it. Nice to be able to bring some added ventilation through there, especially through this tack room if you've got a bunch of sweaty equipment after a long day on the trails or something like that, or at a show, to open those in the gooseneck behind us and then open that up and get a little airflow through here. And then you'll see flanked on either side of the window is some carpeted walling. Big difference anywhere that we see these bridle hooks now. Everybody's seen, or everybody probably still owns, the trailers just with the bare metal or the painted walls behind our blanket or our bridle hooks, and it's going to really help to with resale. You're not going to see all those marks that we see from our bits and our headgear. And then secondarily too, it's a really nice sound deadener too. So they're obviously sharing this wall with our horses just on the other side of it, so we're not going to hear that metal on metal banging. And then we'll talk more about that, but Cimarron really takes a lot of effort into kind of quiet ride technology, metal on plastic fittings, and the like, for wear reasons and for noise reasons as well. So really like these bridle hooks. You'll see they're pretty tall. They're also very stout. We've got staggered set of 3 on either side of the window, so you've got a lot of options with those. You're not going to find all your headgear and all your equipment on a heap on the floor, even after you're bouncing down Interstate 25. LED lighting inside the trailer as well. Like I said, we're no boxes or anything. We're just running off that 12-volt deep cycle battery, and we can run all of those lights just like that. Close up our tack door, flip up our step. Like I said, no equipment there, no latch or anything. And then this is our first escape door on our passenger side. We talk about airflow a lot. We talk about keeping our horses comfortable, and these drop windows are about the best way you can do it. They really open up the side of these trailers with the bars. You can drop these down if you don't want to open this door wide open while you've got a horse in here, while you're traveling or something like that. You want to offer a little more hay or water, you can do that. You want to get a lead shank clipped on there, you can do that. And then drop this right back up before you head the road. Again, just like that flip up step, no hardware, no latch, no mechanism to gum up or break. It's as simple as raising it up, and those tabs come in and out of that track and you're good to go. It is March, it is snowing. Probably don't want that drop down today, so we still have a bus window in there to regulate a little bit of airflow even on a really cold day. Double latches any time we share space with our horses, and then a bar across that as well. So if you do want to make your way into there while you're unloading, loading, getting stuff sorted, at a fuel stop, maybe you need to grab some hay, you've got some hay stored at the bulkhead there or something like that, you've got those options. And then we'll talk about it, but mirror image on driver's side as well to give you multiple different options. Couple tie rings on this side, really nice to have those over here on the same side as the tack room. Mirror image again, like I said, on driver's side too, so you have a couple different options, parking situations, or maybe you have a couple that don't get along. And then a big 16-inch awning light above those really helps. It's LED, puts out a ton of light, and it's low power draw, so you can run them for quite a while, and it'll really help you see what you're doing. They're not just there for show. Big bus window behind our Dutch door that we've got opened around here. Open that bus window up and you can get a lot of airflow. But the reason I have this configured as it is obviously you would load your horses this way. We've got the rear ramp down. But this door is designed with this latch and cam lock to be driven down the road with it in this open position. So if you really want to get a lot of airflow going through this trailer right out the back, and you kind of get that swirl at the back of these trailers too. Summertime in August, your horses are absolutely going to thank you. And it also is lockable if you want to feel just a little bit more secure about it. Running gear, we are on Dexter torsion axles. Like I said, we've got aluminum wheels and tires, Goodyear tires. I think the name there speaks for itself. These are electric drum brakes on both axles, so all 4 wheels do have brakes. make sure you have a trailer brake controller in your tow vehicle and you can adjust that trailer brake gain. We do have a rear ramp with this trailer. Rear ramp is what closes up the back of it, and then your double Dutch doors go over the top. Like we said, we can run those wide open. We have the full width rear ramp. And then stepping into the trailer, you will see it is a rubber matted trailer. All Cimarrons come with their standard tongue and groove style 4-inch on center cross member aluminum floors. So one of the best in the industry. This one is rubber matted, like I said. We'll give you a quick peek at that flooring as well. If you want to add Werm flooring to this trailer, we have a vendor. We can certainly help you with that. Cimarron will also do them at the factory if that's something you're interested in for a build. So you have some options there with the flooring, and we can certainly help you make that decision too. Talked a little bit about some of the quiet ride, and here's a couple pieces of it right here that make a big difference. Now, obviously with aluminum and metal, you have some wear considerations there too. But this really quiets down the trailer. You'll see the metal receiver here for our butt bar, and then you'll see the end of the butt bar itself is all plastic. So you're not gonna get that rattle that you'll get with those old steel trailers, or even some of the aluminum ones that just use a straight aluminum to aluminum or aluminum to metal connection. You'll also see, what we'll do, we'll drop the second butt bar as well, that this divider is fully pinned. So we've got one pin back here. We can pivot this if we want to make it a little more inviting to load somebody in here, and then pivot back over and pull your butt bar up. But the main reason we have it pinned like that is you've got a couple up front as well. We can take this divider and stow it over here on driver's side. You'll see a couple of the pads in the floor, and then once we get to the front, you'll see a couple in the ceiling there as well. So if you want to make a full box stall out of this trailer, you can very easily do that, and you don't have to decide if you're taking this divider partition with you or leaving it at home. It is all aluminum, very light, is a little bit cumbersome, so maybe want a second set of hands just to get it moved over. But again, the versatility that you get with this and the ability to take it with you if you are going on a road trip and happen to need it make a big, big difference. So we talked aluminum floors, we talked partitions. Let's hit on Cimarron's roof for a second. It's a 1/2-inch honeycomb fiberglass material that has a really high insulation factor. I think we're at an R3 factor, and we see a 10 to a 15% difference in temperature inside these trailers in the middle of the summer. So really great for insulation in these trailers. We talk a ton about airflow. There are some more airflow features in the roof of the trailer. We'll talk about some two-way roof vents. But just to be able to cut that temperature down by that much, just by the roofing material, it is a single piece on every trailer they build. And it speaks very highly of the quality. The second part of that insulated roof panel is it's got a nice structural component too. So you don't have to find those crossbows if you're up walking around on the roof checking your seams or anything like that. At big LQs, we spend a little bit more time servicing AC and stuff like that. So you've got that ability too. Also, I think we're maybe able to call it hail resistant. Holds up really well in some hailstorms that we've seen out here. So two-way roof vents, we've got one over the head of each horse. Can scoop some air in this trailer in the summertime right over the backs of our horse, especially cruising down the interstate. They're gonna get a lot of airflow from that. And then wintertime, this time of year, maybe reverse that and pull a little bit of that moist air and condensation that will certainly build up in this trailer if you have it closed up tight. You wanna get a little bit of airflow through here too. And then with this trailer too, we do have a solid head divider. We'll do jail bars of the bar, the airflow style, excuse me. And then we also have this solid style as well. Really nice, like we said about tying horses, maybe you've got a couple that don't want to get along so well. Nice to be able to keep them separated. And then too, if you're trying to make it a bit more inviting to load or work in here, it's easily swung side to side. You can stow it over there as well. And then also very easily removable as well. Pin that right back in place and work our way back out of the trailer. Big oversized bus window over the hip of each horse. We'll close up the rear ramp and give you a look at the tail of the trailer. You'll see throughout all of our tail lights. I love that Cimarron does 4 tail lights across the back of the trailer, just a little bit more to see. as you're traveling. And then everything, all the markers, they're all LED as well. So again, low power draw. And then you'll see inside of those taillights is a little white LED. Nice little reverse light, just fully integrated into all of those taillights. Adds quite a bit of light to the back of your trailer when you're backing up, and helps you see what you're doing. So all our paddle latches here that I'm closing up are key to like, just same key as the tack room, as our escape doors and our drop windows. So gives you the option, store a couple trunks in here or something like that, or just lock it up and feel a little bit safer about that. LEDs and awnings. LED awnings and our interior lights are all controlled right there. So really easy driver's side to hop out of your truck and flip those on and off as you need. Again, like we said, kind of mirror image over here on this style trailer. We've got the same style escape door over here. So we've got easy access to our horses. We have that awning light and a couple tie rings over here. So if we need those options, we have them. And then same as passenger side, we've also got the drop window. So again, these just offer a ton of airflow. We're certainly not thinking about it today, but it makes a big difference in the summertime to keep our horses a lot more comfortable. So if you guys have any questions about this trailer, if you'd like to see some drawings of it, if you'd like to see some specs, some weights, we can get those to you. Please feel free. My email's down below, luke.sullivan@transwest.com. You can call or text me if you want to talk tongue weights and you want to talk a little bit about your tow vehicle and what it's capable of. We can help you find that out. Call or text me. My cell phone's 859-509-1282. If you have questions about this trailer specifically, please feel free to reference it via its stock number right there, 5N260054. Thanks for your time today, everybody. También hablo español.